This is Sexy Voice Andrea, and you're listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast. Now with 50% less kidney. Still with 100% of the only organ that matters. I hope it was good for you.
Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast. Welcome. Thursday, already Thursday. It all boils down to that scenario I talked about yesterday, last week. That time is just ripping by. I mean, come on. But I think it has more to do with just the level of busyness that your old pal, Eric Zane, is. Not yet ready to slow down the world. There's just too much going on. And as this show happens in the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio again, welcome to it. And it is, a big thing in this household has been, we went ahead and made a purchase. I talked about that. We got this car, this Honda Accord hybrid, and really like the car. I don't drive it. Queen of the Forest drives that car, but I did get to drive it yesterday. And I was looking forward to it all freaking day. All I have to do is go to the basketball game. The only reason why I'm allowed to drive it is because the Queen of the Forest is with me, with my wife backup, Sherry. So now I don't know anything about this car, but it's got a deal where you push a button and it reads the lane lines on, it can tell where the lane lines are. It can see the stripes. And it's not self-driving, but it is self-driving. And that, I didn't even know the car fucking did that. Okay? I think the dude told us about it, but I was too enamored by this new car smell to even notice. But if you push that button, the wheel's turning. It's keeping you right in the middle of the lane. You cannot fuck it up. But the thing is, if you take your hands off the wheel, it knows. And it says, put your hands back on the wheel, asshole. And it's a little weird because it's doing things that you didn't suggest it do. And it's hard to get used to. Then, when you're on cruise control, you can push a button and there's three little marks. If you have if one of the marks is exposed, that's one car length. 2 is 2 car lengths. 3 is 3 car lengths. Let's say you have it on 3 car lengths. If a vehicle gets in front of you that is closer than 3 car lengths ahead of you, the car slows down. So it's driving itself. Oh, my God. I don't know if I like it, honestly. But this all comes up right now, not because I want to sit there and tell you about my cool car, or Diana's cool car. I have to be very clear about that. That's Diana's car. And Jacquelyn, though, is working extra hard to piss her mother off. And these two, oh, my God. And I don't know why she does this. I think she just has, she is a chip off the old block. I get great joy out of antagonizing people. That is, I have done that since I could realize that I was doing it. And I realized that if you just kind of needle someone, they're going to respond in a hilarious fashion. And I love it. So I place a phone call. Actually, Jacquelyn called her mother, and she's on the speakerphone. And I don't know how it came up, but I think it was, we're going to the basketball game because we're on the way to the basketball game. And somehow Diana had to say my car, referring to her car. Yeah, he's driving my car, something like that. Jackie goes, "You mean Dad's car?" And I immediately, sensing danger, I go, "No, Jackie, this is your mother's car. I have my own vehicle." That is called damage control. That is called, protecting oneself. At that point, she is on her own. That is a horribly offensive thing to say. "Oh, yeah, you mean Dad's car." And so I corrected her. And she also corrected her. And I could sense she's pissed. She doesn't say another word in the entire conversation. Hangs up the phone. Why does she do that? And I've already forgotten. I go, "Do what?" She deliberately tries to piss me off. And I'm like, "Oh, you're right." I go, I'll have a talk with her. I will say something. And I will. I'll just say, "Hey, don't do that to your mother anymore." That's, it's hilarious. I understand. That's fun. And I'm with you. It is. But you cannot be a walking, talking troll anymore. Only your dad can do that. Well, I guess you can too. No one's better at it than me. But if you want to practice your game, you're more than welcome. Just don't do it with your mother. And especially don't do it concerning the vehicle. Because she's very proud of the vehicle. And she should have that vehicle. She's a great mother and a great wife. And that's all I'll say to her. So, I know how to navigate this one to keep my nose clean. But at the same time, I do it to her because she's talking about that Civic, that 2015 Civic. She got a hybrid, just like your mother. And she often says her car, and I'm like, "That's my car." So it goes both ways. It's a lot of give and take, and she hates when I say that. And I'm like, well, the car that your mother drives is definitely more hers than the car that you drive is yours. This is my wife. This is the single most important thing. How like in the Olympics when they raise the flags and the gold medal flag is there and the silver is just a little bit lower than the gold, but still very, very high? Well, baby Jesus is the gold, and your wife, your mother, my wife is. I can't put her higher than Jesus. I'll be struck down like that comedian the other weekend or the other week when I talked about her falling off. I don't want to do that, and I think your mother would be okay with that. So shut up. You're bronze medal way down here. You're fucking Norway. So I don't know, man. I think you're on thin ice with the whole that's Dad's car thing. Holy shit. And then there's this drama about the cars. Jason Meis, Zaniac Jason, who is in the crosshairs now. I forgot the context that he said it, but he busted me about, okay, so these kids are just getting their start in life. He's one of these guys that says, "Don't ever give your kids anything," apparently. And I'm like, he says, all you have to do is stop giving your kids cars and you'll be golden or something like that. And it doesn't matter the context. He's I wrote, "Thanks, life coach." What the fuck? Is that, so you're telling me that, like my son, he drives an old beat up van, barely runs. And then he has that old Accord, barely runs. He's got a wife, 2 kids, works his ass off. Mom stays home, takes care of the kids. And, you know, he doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together. There is nothing wrong with saying, hey, take this car, use this car. This is your car. There's nothing wrong with that. That I don't understand how that is a problem. And some of you, I don't know, I just picture some of you probably agree with, yeah, you gotta tell them to go do it themselves. Yeah, concerning some things for sure. But in this particular case, I don't think it's a problem at all. What the hell is wrong with you, you jackass? You know what? And I picture this coming from the likes of some of you who like go to Trump rallies and don't wear your mask when you're supposed to and defend your anti-vax bullshit. COVID is fake. Yeah, I'm saying that. You're damn right I'm saying that. What the hell is going on here with you people? So you want to indict me? I'm going to indict you, Meis. Holy shit. JD Babe 2001 says, at what point do you cut them off? What do you mean? Don't do anything to help your family? Is that what you're, at what point do you stop helping your family? I will always help my family, you asshole. Are you suggesting that, like my brother-in-law, his hands don't work? I bathe him. Is there a point that I say, yeah, you got to do it yourself now? You dumbass. Yeah, you guys are all morons. Absolutely morons. CMG, Reverend Rowdy Ron says, nothing wrong with helping someone that is doing everything to help themselves. Yeah, you guys are under the impression. Now, if Jim were lazy and not doing anything, but, you know, he works 60 hours a week, for God's sake, driving a forklift. Jim's doing everything he can to improve his life. So shut the fuck up. Field _not_ found says, as an only child who was spoiled up till college, you are definitely doing more harm than good. You don't know shit. People in my generation need to figure shit out for themselves. Best thing that happened to me. Whatever. Sticks swim champ. The best way to teach someone to swim is to throw them in a river and let them figure it out themselves. Oh, he knows how to swim. Ding dong. Kenny adds, oh, are we judging someone else and how they choose to love and provide for their children? Count me out. Reverend Rowdy Ron adds, everybody needs help from time to time. Thank you, Aram. He says, tell him, Eric. My God. I had to buy my parents' old cars. Well, tough shit. Too bad for you. Chris, who's brilliant, says they're your children. If you can help them, go for it. Stick Swim Champ adds, mine was sarcastic. Oh, I get it. I can't tell tone on text. There you go. I appreciate that. And you guys understand, people. This is all planting the seeds for the future. There's going to come a day when Eric's not podcasting. Eric's living a quiet life all by himself, or God forbid that happens, or whatever. Or maybe Diana and I are invalids, drooling, pooping our pants. We need to have our children take care of us. How often have I talked about this with you? You help them unconditionally. Okay? You do stuff like this for your kids because they're going to wipe your asshole. Now, it isn't guaranteed, because sometimes it'll be like in the movie Gran Torino. You know, Clint Eastwood is there, and his son calls and no one gives a shit about him. So his only, people that care about him are the Vietnamese kid in the neighborhood. And he can't stand them at the start of the movie. He refers to them, the next door neighbor, as it's a horrible slur, begins with G, rhymes with Dukes. God, what a terribly hilarious word that is. That, why are all the great racist terminology and words, why are those, it's such a hilarious word, yet ugly at the same time. Of all the racial slurs, I think G rhymes with Dukes is a winner, in my opinion. It is just an absolute shame that we cannot say G rhymes with Dukes because it's a funny sounding word. I'm not saying that no, fucking lighten up. I'm talking about, the way it sounds. Yes, sure, it's demeaning and terrible and things like that. And I wouldn't want anybody to get hurt with that type of language. But that's a funny ass word. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. When I get done with this show and I am in a room alone with no recording devices, I'm going to say that word because it's funny. Very hilarious bit of hate speech there. I mean, if I ever have to drop that, I'm going to be laughing through every individual letter of that word. Crank says, my ex-father-in-law was a Vietnam vet, and he used G rhymes with Duke, and S rhymes with dope all the time. S rhymes with dope is another strong one. I don't know what it is. It's just something about those bits of terminology cracked me up. Terry's comment was held by the Automod. If you like that word, Terry says, there's a chink in your chain. Yeah, I'm not too fond of that one. I don't think that one's as hilarious as S rhymes with dope and G rhymes with Duke. Wings Guy 71 says, what does Clint Eastwood's character say in Gran Torino? There's another term. I don't want to say it, but that device on your pants, the zipper, you pull up the zipper. He uses that as a, yeah. All right. I think I'm going to move on hilarious racist terminology. Kenny writes, maybe I will. I'll never forget playing SOCOM 2 on PS2 years ago as a Navy SEAL against terrorists, and someone's username for the terrorists was stupid G rhymes with Duke. Oh, God. Fucking terrible. Don't use those words ever. It is not okay to do. Maybe funny, but not okay. ArcFlash 480 says, move on, Zane. You're going down the slippery slope. You're right. All right. Where was I? How the hell did we get on that? I have no idea. That I honestly, I don't know how that happened. Last thing I remember, I was giving you all shit for giving me shit for providing for my kids. Oh, I know how. I was talking about Clint Eastwood's character on Gran Torino, how his kids forgot about him. God, it's crazy. How does that even happen? Yeah, that's another reason why. But they still can forget you. You can take care of them. Hopefully they don't think I'm awful. Hopefully they think I've been worthy of ass wiping. That's all I want to have happen. I want to live with my children. No one better put me in a home. I don't want to go in a home. I want to live with you. We take care of our own in the Zaitunian household. I don't want to go to a fucking home. Now, some people are like super independent and they enjoy that. Like my late mother's husband, Wally, my stepdad. He lives in a facility that's not a nursing home. It's an apartment, but they have care there and everything is provided for him. It's a wonderful place to live in. And he is all about making friends outside of his extended family. It's just like living in an apartment. That's a little different, I think, especially if you want that. But in my opinion, if you can care for the loved one, if you have that, or if you have, because a lot of times with like Medicare, you can have in-home nursing. You know, in my opinion, you should do everything you can to keep your loved ones in your home, unless, of course, if you hate them. Now, there are some cases, like with our dear friend Boring Dean and his beautiful sister. Dad had to be, before he passed just a couple days ago, he had a horrible case of dementia, and 24 hours around the clock care. That's a little different, but I'm just going to be sitting there living till I'm about 115, screaming and yelling at everybody. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. I got to take a dump, lean to one side, fill my pants. Someone come change my diaper. All right. Thank you for enjoying this show on Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. If you're watching it right now, please hit the follow button. Thank you very much. Please consider subscribing. You just scroll down. It says subscribe free Twitch Prime or something like that. It's a big red button. Click on it, fill it out, and you sign up with your Amazon Prime account for free. Or sign up without an Amazon Prime account. It's $5. What do you get? Not much. You're going to get the show with no ads and be able to use the Bitmojis or emoticons or emojis, whatever the fuck they are, of my dogs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV bringing you the Twitch stream, which I expect them, when they get possession of the 07 Accord that I have to have. You see, that car is still in the fleet of the cars here, and Madison is going to use that car. Now, she needs a car. She has a job at school, and she works, but she's also a full-time student, 18 credit hours. So she's doing everything she can. That car, I pay for all the upkeep on that car. You see how that works? Ding-dongs. You help your kids. She's going to be a terrific member of the workforce one day, busting her ass. She's going to finish college in record time at a terrific school. And you guys are giving me shit, even though she's working, because I'm helping her maintain a vehicle so that it runs, so we keep the tires on the road. So shut the fuck up. How could you possibly bust my balls over that? That car, though, Jim has put through the ringer. So I'm taking it to Irvine's, and this is what they do. They go over, they go, all right, here's the damage. You need this. This car has this issue. Jim was really hard on this. Ward was hard on the Beaver. So, oh my God. So I'm expecting that to be ridiculous. Fuck. But it has to happen. Thank you to Irvine's for keeping our cars in tip-top running shape. They also sponsor Facebook, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. I am off of my suspension March 8th. Show is, you can follow me on Twitter, at Eric Zane Show on Twitter, brought to you by Blue Frost IT, and then on YouTube, the almighty Frank Fuss, thank you so much, sponsors the YouTube channel. Just search Eric Zane Show, click the subscribe button and the bell notification, and thumbs up to any of the videos that come out on there. by the way, thank you to Frank Fuss. We just agreed on a 1-year sponsorship. Thanks to all of the support, to all the sponsors. Frank, that's awesome. Thank you so much. So he's with us for a full year. If you would, when you hear me talk about the sponsors, I'll try to engage them when that message meets your need. More on Frank a little bit later on. Okay. You can email me anytime, eric@ericzaneshow.com, on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Tonight, Ben and Eric again. I love the Thursday night Ben and Eric Patreon podcast because it's kind of like the weekend starts after that. It's all about momentum and timing. As much as I love doing the podcast for a living, I want to rest on the weekend. So if we can get the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast done on a Thursday, that means all I have is the front half of the day on Friday, 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. of podcast work, and then I shut it down and I'm done till Monday. When I do it on Friday, I don't really shut it down until 8:30, 9 p.m. on Friday, because even if I get done with my work, doing the free podcast and the Patreon bonus podcast on Friday during the daylight hours, I'm like, fuck. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to complain about sitting in a room with my dogs in my own house, wearing slippers and sweatpants and chit-chatting with you, and utilizing my powers of ADHD to fuel the household. No complaints from me. But I do just like to sit there and do nothing. That's why when I have an opportunity to just, veg, I take it. Oh, my God. I still have to catch up on Ozark. Son of a bitch. I'm like half an episode in. It's going to take me a full year to get caught up on that. Okay. Hang on a second. I get some water going here. So anyway, yesterday, Queen of the Forest, I tell you what, I have the thing about Pooh Bear Points with my wife. It's a process to build up the Pooh Bear Points. You can lose them all rather quickly, though. It's an unbalanced equation. Okay? It doesn't... loading up on the Pooh Bear Points takes time. It takes generous things and doing stuff for her to get the Pooh Bear Points. I am on a roll. It has been a long time since I've lost even one Pooh Bear Point. All right? I have to be careful talking about this because I don't want to make it seem, I don't want to get cocky because I could very easily start to lose Pooh Bear Points. And if I piss her off, that's a problem. We don't want to do that. We want to keep her happy, which is why when Jackie says, Dad's car, I am very quick to say, that's your mother's car. She had made the request. She goes, can you get your truck? Because you pull into the garage and there's two spots. One for, I talked about this. But the truck is huge, and she's like, it makes her nervous that her pretty car that she loves very much is so close to mine. So she goes, can you, get your truck out of there? And I don't care. It's an old, 20-year-old truck. I don't give a shit. And I go, and what was my answer? Because I'm a winner, and I love accumulating Pooh Bear Points. I go, well, that's a great idea. Yes. What did I do yesterday? I cleaned out that whole garage. And the car is right in the middle of where two cars should be. She's got so much room. And this is good. Because now, typically, because we discussed this yesterday. And if she heard this discussion, I would lose Pooh Bear points, but it is a fact. When a lady gets near a car, she becomes stupid. A lady near a car, there is a ring of stupidity around the vehicle. As soon as they get in the ring, they do dumb shit. That includes driving poorly. Once they're in the automobile dunce cone, they're going to grab the door and pull it open. Now, you or I, a man, would open it enough to get into the car. But what does the lady do? She throws it open as far as it will go. And then it's going to hit whatever is within the berth of the door opening. That's what all women do. So 3 minutes after you get the car, on the door, it's all fucked up. The paint's gone. There's chips. There's divots. It looks like fuck. 1 day, 1 minute, the first time she opens it. So if she's in the car, now I can't control when she's parking. So, she parks the car and then swings it open and the door bashes into the car, fucks up their car. So it really doesn't matter, but I just didn't want within the home. I agreed with her. You do need more room. I love that you're being prudent in this. So thank you very much for that. But God help the person next to you. They probably have a gray blue paint on their car. I want to make sure she isn't coming. She's not going to work today, so they're on midwinter break, so it's all good. Megan says, "What the fuck? I'm telling on you." 2 words. Car dolly. Okay, you got me there. I, too, have issues. There's no question. I admit that. But another reason why I'm better than you. Okay? It's because I am aware of that. You, I'm talking to you, think what I'm saying is not true. But it is. It's absolutely true. That's okay. You have single-handedly produced an entire workforce of body shops and people who take care of vehicles that have dings and dents and scratches and major incidents where the car gets totaled. Okay. All right. I titled this podcast something about racism or I'm a racist or something like that. And I have proof. In my hand are the rosters of last night's basketball game. I brought them home. This is the one for the Grand Rapids Gold. And this is the one for the Long Island Nets. By the way, they have the coach of the Long Island Nets, the affiliate of the Brooklyn Nets. His name is Adam K. Porn. Yes, Porn. K. Porn. Adam K. Porn. And we all kind of went, what's going on? Because he's yelling, barking out orders to his players. And we're like, what are we hearing? And he's Australian. So it's like he sounds like fucking Crocodile Hunter from the sidelines. Crikey, elbow. Double dribble. I can't do an Australian accent. But anyway, he brought with him from Australia, some assistants that are also Australian. And the guy that, like, I'm trying to get pronunciations. And so I usually go to a member of their team and say, hey, can you help me with the pronunciations? And then the guy starts talking. I hear Australian accent. I go, what's going on here? And he's like, yeah, it's going to, it's going to be tough to translate because I speak with an accent. I go, oh, fuck, you're right, you do. Someone is suggesting his name is not K-porn, but gay porn. Yes, it is one letter away from gay porn, which I didn't even think about until you just said it. Well, on this sheet of paper, I also wrote down the names of the officials because the way I do it is I announce the visiting team first and their coaches, and then the home team starters and our coaches, and then I announce the officials. And I always do it kind of like in a big, grandiose style. The G League has the best officials in the world, or helping us call the game. Calling the game, the best officials in the world, the umpire is, the referee is, and the crew chief is. So I see the names, okay? And I know that I'm going to struggle with one name. And it's a lot of weird consonants, and it just looks like a foreign name. And I'm going to type it actually on the chat so you can see it as I saw it. That is KLAJDI. Last name capital MULLA. To me, that looks like, I'm assuming the J is silent. Claudia Mula. So, all right. When I see that name, in my mind, I picture a person who has that name. And I picture a guy who is very, very black. And sure as shit, out of the locker room are three officials, one of which is very, very dark-skinned black. And I thought, okay, he probably grew up with a mom and dad who emigrated to the United States from overseas, and this is his ethnic name. I have that figured out in my brain. And so I want to get his correct pronunciation of his name. The three refs walk up. Now, this is classic Eric fuckery. I assume always wrong. And I always fuck up names, so this is kind of perfect with that. He walks up. I mean, he's like Wesley Snipes. And I go, hey, how are you? And he goes, not bad. How are you? I go, doing great. I go, how do you pronounce your first name? He looks at me and he goes, Ken. I go, and I look down and one of the officials' names is Ken Jones. The most common name on the planet. Ken Jones. And I go, yes. Yeah, I thought so. I go, yes. Uh-huh. Okay, Ken Jones. I go, how do you say his name? Brandon. It's another white guy. I go, yep, okay, yep, got him, Brandon. And you must be, this is the one I'm struggling with. I'm trying to, play it off. The dude I'm looking at is as white as fucking Ron Howard. And I go, your name, last name is Mula? He goes, yep, that's me, Mula. He's a total white guy. I go, okay, and Do I say Clyde? He goes, nope, close. It's Clyde. My name is Clyde Moolah. And I'm like, fucking A. And all the while, Ken's looking at me. You see, black guys have figured this shit out. They know when the white guy is fucking shit up. He knows what I did there. He's well aware. As soon as I said, hey, how do you pronounce your name? He knows that in my brain, I assumed that Clyde Moolah was black guy name. And you know what? I think that's okay because, you know, how often in the world do we see something just like this happen? So fuck that. I take no respect. But Ken Jones, holy shit. Kenny writes, I hope they lied and just knew that this would happen and decided before ever walking out that they wanted to mess with you. I guess that could happen. Jason says, you're a racist bastard. You're the problem. Man, I tell you what, the second that happened, my asshole tightened up like you wouldn't believe it. Oh, fuck, this is horribly racist. I just assumed the guy who's, you know, looks like the Yaphet Kotto, that he was Clyde Moolah. Oh, fuck me. Ken. Hey, how do I say your first name? Ken? Oh, no. Shit. I didn't make the face I'm making now, though. So I went, right, Ken? Okay, and how do you say? I just moved on, you know? Oh, I'm such an asshole. The Gold, I don't know what the deal is. Every game, they fall apart in the second half. Like, they played this team on Sunday, too. And they beat us by, like, almost 40 points. We had to work to keep it from being a 40-point loss. It was like fucking A. I was waiting for them to take a knee, like in football. Oh, it was so awkward. And then last night, it was like really close. I think we're leading at the half. And then you can just feel the other team just starting to impose their will on us. And it's like, yeah, this is slipping away again. And they had this guy in their team. Who was he? Number 12. Greg Randall II. He's throwing up these bombs from like 10 feet beyond the three-point line. Everything's going in. Kicked our ass again. Wings Guy 71 says, sorry about the mix-up, man. Can I get you a purple Gatorade? Is that a stereotype? Do black people like purple Gatorade? Is that what's going on there? Is that the new fried chicken joke? I'm not familiar. Melissa says, I love that you do this stuff to yourself. And let me tell you something. When it happens, Kyle says, black people like grape-flavored stuff. Well, I like grape-flavored stuff. So I don't know if I get that one. When I do stuff like this, I am not kidding you. In my mind, I'm so embarrassed that I often say this will not be discussed on the show. And then as time passes, I'm like, well, this is going to be a big moment on the show. How could I not discuss this on the show? Kyle Ryan says, according to the Black Jeopardy on SNL, they like grape flavor, watermelon flavor, and chicken. God, I don't even like saying that. I don't know. I like all those things too. I would say that there's not a racist bone in my body, but clearly I am a racist. I am somewhat racist. And I think we all are to some degree. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. That was my problem with Joe Rogan's stupid I'm not racist thing. Sure as hell looked like it was racist. I'm not racist. Yes, you are, you fucking idiot. Are you kidding me? You just said all black people are apes and had no sense about using the N-word. You dumbass. All right. Okay, so Ben and Eric tonight. And I'd want to remind you that Patreon is, my God, that's been with us since we started. The day I started podcasting, the day I had an additional podcast, the Patreon bonus podcast. It started as just that. Finish up the free podcast, go do more podcasting on Patreon. We have a number of other things that we throw up there and thinking about adding some more. That gives you 15 extra hours of content per week, including Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia, where you, as Patreon members, take on Dale and trivia. The Lost Zane Recordings, which is an audio time capsule, all of my shows from WBBL, released twice a week in their entirety. Included with that will be the Sudden Death Podcast. Remember that? I don't think where we are right now in the releasing of the Lost Zane Recordings that we're even there yet. But it's coming because they took away an hour. You're not on till 10. You're on till 9 because everybody's pissed off that Dan Patrick's not there. Assholes. You know, what's funny about that, when I signed on, my first month on the air, it was tremendous ratings. The second month, tremendous ratings. Third month, not so good. It didn't take long. That just goes to show you, you have only a limited amount of time to make it happen. And then they will turn on you. That is an unbelievable amount of pressure. I give all the credit in the world to Phil Catlett at GRD when on Free Beer and Hot Wings, we took over for Michael Gray, and that is never easy work because it's usually a disaster. Show me Michael Gray on the air, and I will show you the worst ratings that have ever happened in recorded history. So we had to clean up that fuckhead's mess, and oh my God, if you're losing 1834 to Bob and Tom, which is an old man radio show, something terribly wrong is happening. So we were, it took us a year and a half or so, but we finally got there. But leading up to that, as the show was just starting out, we'd get snide comments within the building from various salespeople. In fact, God rest her soul, Jerry of the Dave and Jerry show, the lady of that husband and wife team, she used to make insulting comments to us all the time about our efforts and how the show sounded and stuff, because they were like the big fish in the building. We ended up kicking their ass, but my point is, Catlett, the GM who brought us there, not only did he convince us to go to All Talk, but he kept encouraging us to not get discouraged by the ratings. At BBL, you had none of that. None of that at all. They just throw you to the wolves, and that's it. No encouragement, nothing. And then when it starts to tank, your confidence wanes. No one's trying to pick you up. It was such a fucking disaster. Oh, my God. Anyway, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Join me on Patreon. You try me out for $5 or $10 a month. Just once. Just try it once. Say, I'm going to try 1 month with Eric Zane. He's talked about it all the fucking time. And I listened to his 2-hour free podcast. I guess I could stand to listen to more of it. All right, fine. Try it out for 1 month. Now, truth be told, you'll probably realize in a few days whether you like it or not, or whether you'll stick with it. And if you're in that boat where you're like, I'm just not going to, then just cancel it. And you get the rest of that month. Okay? But if you like it, what you do is you either let it ride month to month, or you can convert it to a yearly, and then you're in great shape that way. You will save 10% if you convert it to a yearly. Adam, that is the song. Okay, Adam the Odd loves throwing up music quotes, and it says, "I've been down so very damn long that it looks like up to me." The Doors, off of L.A. Woman. That's originally was off of L.A. Woman. You got it live. Hold on, don't tell me the name of that song. Well, I've been down. I think it's called, I guess it would be the title. Dennis jumped in too. He knows it. The Doors, Been Down So Long. He drops a real strong GD in that too in the beginning. Well, I've been down so GD long, that it looks like up to me. But, I've had a conversation with Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger. Okay. Again, thank you to Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. Frank the Tank Fuss, 616-914-4070. He's with us for the next year. Okay, so insurance isn't exactly the most sexy thing to think about, but talk about an absolute godsend. This time, I'm focusing on a life insurance policy. If you have a family, if something terrible happens to you, what the hell are you going to do? Take care of this like yesterday. Buy life insurance for your family. I know Jason Meis might say, you got to let them fend for themselves, man. You got to let them. What are you doing? Helping your family. That's the first thing you do. Buy life insurance when you have a family. Yes, gamble on you. You're not gambling. It's rock solid. What, in the unlikely event that something happens to you, wouldn't it be fantastic? Well, they're laying you to rest. The insurance company says, I am so sorry for your loss. Here is a $1 million check because you bought a policy. You took care of them. Oh, my God. Because if you think about it, if something happens to you and then all they should be worrying about is just consoling each other, throwing you into the ground or burning you and scattering your ashes over the frickin' river or whatever. That's all they should be doing, and then healing. If they got to worry about going to get a job at Denny's and build a fucking GoFundMe because you didn't buy insurance, dickbag, what are you doing? Get the insurance. Just humor me here. Do me this favor. Reach out to Frank, 616-914-4070, and say, can you please tell me about life insurance? Eric Zane keeps talking about it, and he's going to help you with this. Hold your hand every step of the way. His services are free. Of course, you pay for the policy, but you'd be amazed at how inexpensive a life insurance policy can be. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Why did I even not know about this? How? Buy a life insurance policy. And here's the thing about Frank, because Frank's a great supporter of the show. He says, Eric, out of all of the advertising I've ever done, I've gotten the most response from your show. But this is where he's like, response. But what we need is you to actually buy a policy through Frank the Tank Fuss. So would you do that for me, please? Or at least consider it. That's what I'm asking you to do. 616. Let him do the work. The policy's going to sell itself. You need this, man or woman. 616-914-4070. I got a policy on me. I've got a policy on the Queen of the Forest. So if something goes wrong, what you do is you start paying for that shit and then you forget about it. But we've had life insurance since we got married. Since I was 22 years old, I've had a life insurance policy. Blue Frost IT is the managed IT service provider for this show. For your business, or if you're working for someone's business, this is the company you need for a two-tiered attack. First of all, sit down with them for a complimentary consultation to find out how you can upgrade your tech. Everybody's complaining about how slow the computers are here. We need everything new. So you're going to invest in your business. Don't just start buying stuff off the shelf or reaching out to Amazon and have them deliver you whatever the hell you think you need. Sit down with a professional who's going to assess what you do at your workplace and tell you the appropriate equipment you should buy. This will save you time and the possibility of buying too little or spending too much on stuff you don't need. Reach out, 616-200-8550. After you install the new stuff with Blue Frost IT, they'll then convert to a managed IT service provider plan for you, or at least offer that to you, so that you have your own tech department. That's awesome. Eric Zane has his own tech department. Blue Frost IT.
Moms are amazing at tracking down hard-to-find items. Library books, socks, you name it. But sometimes help is welcomed. Care.com makes it easy to find babysitters near you. Sitters with the experience and skills your family needs, like after-school pickup and homework help. You just post a job for qualified sitters to apply. And since all Care.com caregivers are background checked, you can feel confident about interviewing and hiring. To get the child care help you need, sign up now at Care.com.
Hear that? Is that America cheering or a sausage patty sizzling to perfection? It's time to cheer for Egg McMuffin and fresh cracked eggs at McDonald's. It's time to wake up to the aroma of freshly baked biscuits and treat yourself to a real honest-to-goodness morning meal. Breakfast, it's on at McDonald's. Now get any breakfast sandwich for just $2. Available only through the app. Mobile order and pay available at participating McDonald's. McD app download and registration required.
Gun school comes up in late March, I believe. I have to search. I'm going to guess. See if I can pull it. March 25th. Let's see. Damn it. March 26th. That happens on a Saturday in Allendale, Michigan. Reach out, 616, let's see, 204-1705 to Steve Prince and tell him, hey, I want to get my concealed pistol license. You have to take the class. After you take the class, he'll give you the certificate, and then you can, what do you call it? Go to your county, say, hey, I want to get my pistol license. They will help you out. Something just caught my attention before I bring in Kyle for Let's Kill. In fact, I want to make sure Kyle can hear me. Kyle, you can hear me right now, can't you? Okay, good. I saw him just mouth, yeah. I just got a Facebook memory that is incredible. Right after I got fired, oh, I don't have it. Thought I had it, but I don't have it. Maybe I can get it. Is this it? Yes. Good. Right after I got fired from Free Beer, I had a Griffins game. And this was the moment, this was the day that I first met Mike Pellerito, first saw and encountered the legend, Mike Pellerito. I'm walking out onto the ice, and this is Margaret. She used to be an intern on the Eric Zane Show podcast. I'm sorry, on the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. And she's there with a gang of friends, and they made this sign. Everybody was trying to cheer me up. Man, that was something. This dude is a season ticket holder. And then I walked a little further, and Pellerito was there with his signs. Look, there they are again. Look how skinny I am. I still have this shirt. I still wear it, of course. See if I can see Pellerito anywhere on this. No, that's about it. It was a special time. Made me feel really good. God, man, I was scared shitless when that was all going on. Holy crap. Meis says, Frank the Tank went out of his way to help us with collecting on my dad's life insurance policy that he had nothing to do with. He has contacts all over the place. Thank you, Meis. You're earning Eric Zane points back after you busted my balls about giving Jim a car. Jason Schaefer says, look how far you've come, baby. No, man, I tell you what. Shit, I look back on the time that I left Free Beer and the BBL time. There was a key moment during going from Free Beer to BBL where I purchased podcast equipment because I didn't really know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to get a job. And I'm not saying that I should have turned down the BBL job and just immediately went into this. I still think that I made the right decision. But when it appeared that when the radio thing did dry up, it seems like when BBL dried up, that's when I was officially in a spot as it progressed where, I mean, it was anxiety filled, no doubt, but I don't know. It just feels, I feel so much better now than I did. I had a high level of uneasiness on WBBL, yet we still did the show and did okay, but I never really felt like, I always felt like there was someone over my shoulder, you know? I enjoyed doing it, make no mistake. There's no doubt about that, but off the air, I felt like a real odd pressure, you know? Ladies and gentlemen, he is the owner and operator, legendary business called Dumpster Divers. As we say hello to Kyle. Kyle, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, dude. And I never before in my life said that Dumpster Divers was legendary, but I fucking like it, dude.
Yeah, you should. You should. How are you?
I'm feeling legendary, dude.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Dude, good game. It's frustrating at some points, but like good game to watch. You know what I mean? Like, everybody maybe likes a good blowout, but also like that was just fun to watch, dude. I ate so much pizza that the next day, a little stuffed up, had a little blow up, but we're all right.
A lot of people are talking now that Matt Stafford, they're like casting shade because there's talk of the Hall of Fame. I guess that's the next thing. And people are saying, are putting shade on him. And I kind of see it because it seems like it was Richard Sherman who plays for the Bucs, the defensive back, I think he is, said that the Hall of Fame bar is low. Matt Stafford never has been an MVP. He wasn't even the MVP of the Super Bowl. All he's done is piled up a bunch of stats. And, oh, by the way, his team won the Super Bowl. And I actually see Sherman's point with that. I don't think he's there yet.
I get both sides of it. Like there's like the accomplishments versus like how good he is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're right. Like Detroit fucked him a little bit. And then he won the Super Bowl. But then I remember I saw somebody like came to, Julian Edelman. He came to his defense and was like, dude, like the guy's like the most talented quarterback. Like he's like talent wise, just like the way he whips that ball around, like even better than, probably Tom Brady in some sense.
Yeah. one of my pals, Huge from the Huge Show, made a big deal. Yeah, well, he led the league in interceptions. Well, yeah, but his ratio was pretty good. I mean, he throws it a lot. He threw 41 touchdown passes, 17 picks. I mean, my God. I don't know. I
mean, fucking in the 90s, Brett Favre was throwing like interceptions 24. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Everyone loves Brett Favre, but that guy used to throw like 20. I think one year, like 23 or 27 interceptions.
Yeah, he did. He did that a lot. Hey, Kyle, how does it feel knowing that you are the object of desire for many Zaniac women? The topic comes up about the dimples. Has your lovely blue, was that a selling point for your lovely blue, the dimples?
Yeah, Blue loves the dimps. She makes me actually, like, my facial hair, you can see like the beard portion of it.
Yeah.
That is like, it's required to be shaved at this height so that the dimples are allowed to have air so they can see the day of, like, the light of day.
Yes, we need to see the dimpies.
Yeah, like, during like early, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago when COVID started, like when we were all like just chilling, like I let the beard kind of grow a little bit and it covered up the dimps, and she was not into it. She's like, come on, show me the dimps, dude. So I had to keep it like this style. I
got you, man. Yes, of course. Okay. So what did you think of the halftime show?
Dude, I dug it, and here's why I dug it. Well, I did laugh at some points, but like I dug it because like there's different styles of Super Bowl, like halftime show that you can do. I feel like you can either do like what they did, which is like get a bunch of successful people that nobody's gonna have a problem with, you know what I mean, and like get them to do their hits that everybody loves. So like it'll be a good show. Or, because I was telling Blue, I'm like, the alternative is like you get like, I don't know, like one of the bitches that are doing music right now that, just get out there and like twerk and like sing some weird shit that, you know what I mean? Like you either do what they did or you do like who's hot right now, and like who's ever hot right now is not good, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There was one clown who said that it was too sexual, and I didn't detect anything sexual. You had a bunch of old men and a lady dressed up like she's on Star Wars, and I don't, I didn't think any of that was sexual in any way.
Yeah, I didn't. I actually said, and I took a little heat from it because I was watching with Blue and her friend, but I'm like, I don't think, like, Mary J. Blige, put on some pants, dude. I think you're like 60 something years old. Like, just wear some pants. And then they like came at me, they're like, nah, like she can do what she wants, and like she looks good, and like blah blah blah. And I was like, all right, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it or whatever. But well, yeah, I'm like, the only sexual thing is I'm like, Mary J. Blige had her legs out. That's pretty much it.
It was, well, I didn't. Yeah, she did. She acted like she died and threw herself back and shit like that. But, I thought it looked, I don't know, whatever. I definitely made fun of her because she just can't pull off that type of gear. Okay? I mean, she's a typical 50-year-old woman. She looks like a beautiful 50-year-old woman, but you shouldn't dress in something that's so revealing. It's the same way Fitty should not have been wearing the wife beater. I didn't want to see, I want to remember Fitty for what he is and not having fucking bologna slice arms because he's fat as shit. So anybody who says, no, it was cool. No, Jesse writes, her ass was hanging out. Who wants to see a big, fat, dumpy ass? No one. So
yeah, that was, but yeah, I mean, overall, like this show was good. I feel like
curvy women can be extremely attractive, but you have to understand, you can't go out of your way to make us barf, which is what she did. All right. So what do you got for bangers there, Kyle?
I got some bangs, dude. First, I got a question for you though. I didn't sign in early enough to be listening the whole time. I'm just looking at your title. It just says, I am a total racist. Did you talk about that already?
Yes, I did. But I'll tell you.
What'd you do, dude?
Okay. I'll tell it in a concise fashion since I've already told them. Doing the PAA work for the basketball team, I see the names of the referees. Can I announce their names? I like to make sure I get them right. So the one that stood out was last name Mullah, and the first name was a lot of consonants, and it looked strange. Klajdi. In fact, I'm just going to put it up there so you can see what I saw. It looks very ethnic, and it is. Can you see what I wrote?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in my mind, I said, okay, this is probably going to be a very, very black-skinned person whose mom is from Kenya and dad is from Nigeria, and they emigrated to the United States and gave him an ethnic name, and so I will ask him. So in my mind, I actually had that thought. That's the first racist moment. Okay. Then they walk out, and sure enough, two really white guys, and this guy is black as black can be. I mean, like super black. And he comes walking up, and I assume, so I say, hey, how do I pronounce? I go, how do you pronounce your first name? And the black guy goes, Ken. It wasn't him. It was, and I go,
oh shit. Oh, okay, I'm getting it.
So tell me that's not racist.
Yeah, that's yeah, you fucked up on that one, but I mean, that's a tricky situation, you know what I mean?
But he knew. The audience suggested that it probably happens all the time. He knew that he was dealing with some fucking old ass racist. That's what I am. And
so which one was Klaj?
Well, it was the white guy. He goes, no, hey, I go. He goes, Ken, and I go, yeah, Ken. I go, what's his name? Brandon. Oh, and then so that means by process of elimination, ref number 3, I go, you are your last name. I pronounce it Mullah, yes? And he goes, yeah, you got it. He has no idea that I'm a racist. And then the black guy is just looking at me like, yeah, you thought I was Mullah, right, didn't you? Because I'm the black guy. Yeah, us black guys, we're the Mullahs. And then I said, so do I pronounce this Klajdi? And he goes, actually, it's Klajdi. Very close, but see you later. I mean, this guy was white as shit. And so that
what was he? Like, I'm trying to figure out what accent you're doing, but I can't figure it out.
Yeah, well, dude, even if he was from anywhere, there was no accent. He might as well have been from fucking Davenport, Iowa. So, yeah, I was like,
You know what's funny related to that? This week, we were picking up a dumpster from same situation. It was an African dude, but it's not the same situation at all, actually. But it's
it's similar, only that he's black.
Well, Apple is racist, is what I mean, actually. So here's what happened, right? The dude's name was Bertil, like Bert, like you would BERT, but then IL. And I had to text him some stuff because, just like some information after we picked up the dumpster. And I was texting him, and like the end of the text, I put like, have a good day, Bertil, or some junk like that. And frickin' Apple, like right as I'm hitting the send button, decides to change it to Bertie. So like I hit send, and then like I'm like, it's too late now, dude. So he's gonna be reading this text and then just go like, wow, my name ain't Bertie, dude. It's frickin' Bertil, dude. So like, what are you gonna do in that? But I was like, freaking Apple, dude. Like, if you're typing in a name, like, there's just no need to autocorrect it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you can turn that off, but I always follow up when I fuck up with asterisk, and then I would just write Bert, or in that case, since it's a customer, autocorrect. I meant Bert. It's a pain in the ass, but that's funny too.
Just good times out there.
Yeah, so that's it. So the folks, the audience, Melissa, I think it's Melissa, who said It's not racist. You're just clueless. Which I do this shit. I do this shit all the time, man. Oh, I'm an idiot. God dang it. So, yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Well, let me ask you this question, Eric Zane, because I'm not having a lot of faith in it, but did you watch that TV show I told you to watch?
Let me think. What was it called?
Let me think. That means no.
Oh, it's the one about food? No. It was
no.
Was it Loose Change about 9/11 being an inside job or some shit? No, it was about the healthcare system.
Yeah. Well, it was about the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, it's called Sick as Fuck or something like that. You sick asshole. Dope sick.
So you didn't watch it is the point, right?
Well, here's the thing. In my defense, I haven't watched television since the last time. Other than the Super Bowl, I have not watched TV. I rarely do. And this is, dude, you wouldn't believe. Again, my work is not heavy work. I don't do heavy physical work. But what it does do is it takes my time. So I don't really have the time yet. I'm getting there. But right now, I don't have shit for time to be able to do anything. I'm so sorry.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to very quickly, I'm going to sum up the show for you.
Okay.
And it's also, I want to mention this. I think that maybe you unplugged a cord from your microphone. It sounds like real, like behind your voice.
Oh, does it?
At least to me. Maybe not to everybody else.
Okay, hang on a second. Check. Oh, I did. You're right.
Oh, yeah, somebody else said it, so I'm not crazy.
That should be better.
Yeah,
Thank you for telling me that. Oh my God!
I'm not trying to ruin the show.
No, because what is going on there is there is something going on with this piece of equipment that I quite literally just went down there and hit it. That's what I did when I vanished, and it's now better. I hope it. Adam says, "Is it your processor again?" Yes, it was. Something's going on with that thing. All right. I hope it didn't go on too long. Was it only for just a little bit of time?
Yeah, I have shitty ass ears. I mean, they're large in size, but they don't do the amount of work that you'd think large ears would do.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even really tell just until you said like a certain word, and I was like, did I just hear some in the background, Dad?
Okay. All right.
Anyway, so let me tell you about this show, dude. Right. So the show, of course, it stars Michael Keaton, who does a fantastic job. I don't know why, dude. This is a side note, but ever since I was a kid, I just love Michael Keaton. I don't know why, dude. He just seems like a cool dude you'd want to hang out with. I don't know why, dude.
Have you ever seen, real quick, the film called Birdman?
Oh, dude, loved it.
That was a sweet movie.
Here's the thing. If you ever say like life becomes way different and like there's just like a opportunity for like all of us to just be hanging out all the time, and like if you want to watch a movie with Kyle, me, I don't know why I said with Kyle. If you wanted to watch a movie with me, those are the type of movies I like, where number one, the most of the time you're like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, dude. And then at the end, like a really ambiguous thing happens that you can you could process it however you want, and like it's for you, you know what I mean? Like the director's not telling you what to think. They're just like, you can think what you want. I love those movies, dude.
It doesn't matter if it's a movie or a YouTube video with famous people or not famous people. If I see well-written or hear well-written and view well-acted dialogue, I'm in. Dialogue to me is the life of any film. And just personally, I just love fucking dialogue movies.
I'm with you, dude. Like Birdman, that was like one of those movies. There's like certain movies I see, like when The Dark Knight came out with Heath Ledger, like that last, like that was like another one of those movies where, like when I left the theater, I was like, fuck, dude, like I was like too invested in that world, you know what I mean? So then I'm like, fuck, dude, like I'm gonna go back to my apartment, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But like Birdman was another one where I was like, damn, dude, like I wish I was there.
The dialogue of Heath Ledger as the Joker was incredible.
Oh yeah.
And Christian Bale, one of the things I don't like about the Batman film, in particular that one, is how he has to change his voice when he's Batman. How he goes, he talks like that. I hate that. I hate that shit. Why do you do that? Or why did they make it that way? I don't know. It's just too much for me. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe Christopher Nolan was just like, just talk regular, and Christian Bale was like, no,
I gotta talk like Batman. I gotta change my. But then again, I think he was doing that to hide his identity. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right.
Anyways, I did see someone talk about Mr. Mom. Yeah, I just fucking love anything that Michael Keaton does. I'm just into. I don't know why. But anyway, so that was the reason I wanted to start watching Dope Sick, right? Because I was like, fucking Michael Keaton, dude. Let's take a look. So I didn't even really know what it was about right off the bat. So I started watching it. So here's what happens in the show, Eric's saying. So there's this family, super rich. They're super rich people. They decide, hey, we're gonna make fucking Oxycontin, basically. We want to like get rid of pain or whatever for people. Which, like in the very start, like you're like, I guess that sounds like a good, thing, like, to get rid of pain for people. But like the whole time you're watching it, like this family's dark, dude. They're just like rich people doing rich people shit.
Yeah.
And I don't have to explain what that means. Rich people do rich people shit. They're real dark, right? So anyways, what they do is they make Oxycontin, right? And then to sell it to doctors, they just made a bunch of shit up, right? So they took what you think is most of the show, you think it's like a study that says like Oxycontin's not addictive, right?
Okay.
And so they took this one study and then they just like marketed it to all the doctors. They're like, yeah, dude, don't worry about it. Not addictive, right? And so it is, as we know now, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so people, like the doctors are like, I don't know. And they're like, no, dude, trust it. Try it out. Give it to your patients. They'll be good. So long story short, it's addictive. And like basically everybody who takes it gets fucked up bad, right? But then the family, what they do is they buy this dude from the FDA, basically. They went to the FDA to get the drug approved and everything. And the FDA guy was basically like, nah, dude, like we can't approve this. Like you don't really have any proof that it's not addictive. And he's like, basically they say, just approve it and then come work for us and we'll pay you like $500,000 a year or some shit like that.
Wow.
So the FDA guy's like, for sure, dude.
Yeah, I agree with the FDA guy. I think that was a good move on his part.
Right. Yeah. Well, for American, for sure. And so they get the FDA guy and he puts like some special label on the Oxycontin thing that says like, yeah, basically like, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. And so anyways, the whole show plays out. And in the show, Michael Keaton's a doctor and he doesn't really want to give it out, but he gives it to this girl who's a minor, like, and I'm okay, not like young. I mean, she works in mines. She fucks up her back and stuff. Oh yeah, this is set in like the 90s, by the way, like early 90s, in the mid 90s. And so he gives it to her. She gets all addicted to it. I think she either dies or kills herself. I can't remember. But anyways, it's like a small mining community and like Oxy like takes over the whole fucking community. Then Michael Keaton gets addicted to it because he hurt himself doing something. And then he's like, he's addicted, like he can't stop. So then he took it and like was doing a surgery on somebody and then like fucked somebody up. So it became like this huge thing. Like all the while you learn about like this family. They're like, oh yeah, I'm giving spoilers for sure. Sorry, guys. But anyways, point is you find out that like the drug makers, they basically just like did whatever the fuck they wanted. And then like near the end of the show, you find out that like the study, and I'm putting it in quotation marks, that they based it on was just like some dude who was like maybe he was a scientist. He was like answering a question in like an interview or like on like in a newspaper. He was answering a question, and like in the question like didn't even say they're not addicted. He just said like you have to watch it. Point is, they shouldn't have done that. And then like the whole time, like all the time, they just wanted to make more money. So they're like, yeah, like, hey, if 20 milligrams doesn't work, do 40. Like,
yeah, I believe it. I mean, that's been the entrenched opioid epidemic. That's
Yeah.
it's a very real thing. And it's crazy to think that it was all brought about through prescriptions, written prescriptions. It's not like, illicit drugs being cut on the street, but just as devastating or more devastating than like any other. And it's supposed to come from people that you trust, and you obviously can't. So, and that is the basis. That is the basis for one of the reasons why people don't trust the COVID shot.
Right, dude.
And I get that. I understand.
Yeah, so that's a lot of where I come from, because I mentioned that to you in a text, and like I'm not gonna get into the deets or whatever, but my mom has MS, so in the 90s, 2000s, and stuff like that, like basically they did that to my mom. We eventually got out of it, like after 10, 15 years or whatever. But point being is that like I was like personally like invested in that world, trying to like see how that shit happened and all that stuff. So anyways, yeah, like like you said, like it all comes down to drug makers and how they want to make the money, and how that shit happens. Yeah. And yeah, for sure, I'm one of the people who's like watches all this stuff happen now. And like it's funny because in between last week and this week, the CEO of Moderna or whatever, one of the
I saw this. I saw this.
He like sold all of his shares, and like
that fucking looks terrible. That looks terrible. Is that true? Did that actually happen?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, like I went on Twitter, and that's like all the
Moderna CEO. So, because that's I mean, let's see. Moderna stock crash, loses top 140 billion. Oh my.
Yeah, dude. So this dude, sells all of his shit, and now he disappears off the face of the earth. So that's like when I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, seems this whole time I'm like, yeah, seems like there's some money. This is all money driven, and then like this weird money driven type stuff starts happening, and you're like, how? Like, okay,
gotcha. All right. Very good. So that, yes, spoilers there, but still worth watching, you think?
Oh yeah, I there's a whole lot of shit that I didn't say. That's just like the basis of what happens. I mean, it's about the opioid epidemic, so I feel like going in, you would know that like that's kind of what happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like just real fucked up, and then you see like some weird shit happening now, and like a lot of insider trading type of stuff going on if you start researching, and then you're like, dude, I mean, come on, guy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's how I feel about it.
All right. We got a little bit of time left. Is there anything else you want to get into, Kyle?
Yeah, dude. So one thing, this I just found out today. I was taking a little pee in the morning, a little pee ski, and I was looking at a box of tampons. And here's the thing, it said on the box that the tampons are unscented. And I'm like, are there scented ones? Of course, you know me, I didn't do any research before this, but I'm like, are there scented ones?
Well,
and if there were scented ones, like, what's the fucking point, dude?
Well,
you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think maybe could it be if they're scented like flowers, it could maybe you utilize it to do its work, it's also deodorizing the hot zone.
The hot zone, the old cockpot. I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because I know that when it's thrown in the garbage, there's a scent to it.
Yeah. And then here's another thing. That's all I had about that.
Okay.
I just thinking about that this morning. Let me ask you this, Eric Zane, because this is in my mind, and I hope we didn't talk about this before and I just forgot, but in my mind, this is like important stuff in like the way that the world works. When you are eating a fucking sandwich, right, and you get to the point where like you're at like near the end of the bread, like the choices of quality bread are limited. So say you want to make 2 sandwiches, right? And you've got 2 shitty pieces and 2 pretty good pieces. Do you split the difference and do 1 shitty piece and 1 good piece per sandwich? Or do you make 1 shitty sandwich and 1 bomb-ass sandwich that's better than the other one based off bread?
Yes. It's kind of like when I go to McDonald's. I can't just eat a Big Mac. I got to have a cheeseburger, too. So I'll eat the shitty cheeseburger first, then eat the big. It's kind of like appetizer, main course in sandwich, okay? So, yes, shitty-ass sandwich, entire shit, and then bomb-ass sandwich. Yes, I think 99% of the people polled would say that is the way to go.
Yeah. So that, I know the funny thing is, like, it seems like a simple question, but like if you extrapolate it and then start thinking about like how that can be attributed to philosophical questions, you know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, you could do the shitty one and then the real good one, but also you're like, but I could just play it safe and have 2 moderate sandwiches and not have to get shit.
No,
you know
I'm with you.
But then you extrapolate that out to like philosophical questions about like what you would do in like what situations. And I'm like, dude, bread's pretty cool like that.
Yeah, and the thing is about sandwiches, to expand on that, you got to put some time in when you're making a sandwich. You really do. And the details are key. Like if you put lettuce on a sandwich, there's so much more you can do with that lettuce. If you just take the lettuce, let's say you got some romaine or whatever, even iceberg lettuce, and you just lay it on top, you're fucking that shit up. You got to cut it. You got to cut it thin strips of lettuce, and then cut that in half so that it lays there appropriately. It provides for a different bite, and you're getting a different flavor explosion because of the cut.
Are you talking like the Subway method?
Correct. That's the type of lettuce. That is superior lettuce, Although,
like, I mean, I don't know about flavor explosion. I mean, maybe a texture explosion.
Correct. Yes.
Lettuce tastes like nothing, I think.
To me, it kind of brings the room together, as the dude would say about the rug. And you can do that with frickin' tomatoes too. You can dice the tomatoes super small and put them on top instead of like a big slice of it, because the slice of tomato doesn't cover every bite. You need that fucking tomato.
I'll tell you this, Eric Zane, you're not preaching to the choir anymore, because I fucking hate tomatoes, dude. I don't know. I just can't do, like, number one, I'll give you a little insight into young Kyle. We're talking 90s Kyle, baby. I used to be a much more picky eater than I am now. Like if I used to get a burger, I was like, give me the burger, give me ketchup, and give me cheese. Maybe some mustard if it's mandatory. But all the other shit, I was like, no. And I still do think that way. But like, if somebody gives me a burger and it's got some shit on it, like, I'll eat it. I will still take those fucking tomatoes off. But to me, it's like the burger, like the meat is like the highlight. So all that other shit is just like,
oh yeah,
it doesn't work for me.
Oh my
but yeah,
God.
90s Kyle, dude. Yeah, if you gave me a burger with anything on it, I just wouldn't eat it. I would just give it away, give it to somebody else.
Hell, I could put enough shit on bread that you don't even need a burger.
That's interesting. I'm trying. That's like a veggie delight or some shit like that.
Yes.
At Jimmy John's.
All right, weekend plans for Kyle. What's going on?
Oh fuck. I think some people are coming over on Saturday, maybe.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I got in trouble this week with Blue, actually, because here's the thing, Eric Zane. I'm a free spirit. I'm a go with the flow type guy.
Yeah.
So like Blue likes to use calendars and shit. So we have like a shared calendar on my phone and her phone that like we can like see shit.
Yeah.
That's going on.
Uh-huh.
But I don't ever use it because like my brain doesn't work that way. Like if someone's like, hey, you want to hang out this day? I'm like, yeah. And I ask, but I don't put it on the calendar. So anyways, she got a little frustrated with me. She was like, I don't get like why you just can't use the calendar. And
okay.
Like,
yeah.
Remember to use the calendar.
You're gonna have to work on that for like it's gonna take about a month to get used to it. You're gonna need to make that a priority.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
You gotta front burner that shit for the reason only to keep her happy. This is key. Again, I have 33 years of doing this. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And it took me 25. I didn't start actually trying till 25 years in. So, I mean, seriously, my wife, I put her through hell. So, yeah, definitely. Anything she wants.
Yeah. So, yeah, this weekend I did something like that. But here's what I'm also going to do. Next week, dude, I'm going to start telling you guys about this. So, here's what I did, Eric Zane. On my Facebook, I got sick of my news feed because I was sick of hearing about COVID. I was sick of seeing people argue about COVID. Sick of like reading all the news articles that would come out and be like, oh, like the COVID vaccine prevents 9 out of 10 deaths. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't see how you can prove that. But anyways, that's beside the point. I got sick of seeing all that stuff. So I joined a bunch of groups on Facebook about like the universe and quantum physics and like astronomy and like all that type of shit. And like now it dominates my newsfeed, which is fucking cool. But man, I've been reading up on some trippy shit and some stuff that's been blowing my mind. So this weekend I'm gonna be thinking about that a little bit too. So but next week I'm gonna give you guys like a master class on like some shit I've been reading, dude. It's fucking crazy.
I love that sort of stuff. I love talk like that. It always blows. And then we could introduce a celestial excitement segment because that's one of the things that makes me tick is talking about that shit. So basically, I'm sorry.
Isn't there like a Viagra type medicine called like Celestia?
Celexa is I don't know if that's a Viagra medicine, but it's I think that's a mental health medicine.
Celestial excitement. My brain went a different route.
Right.
But I know
anyway,
what you're talking
so
about.
basically, your plans are make your wife happy and think. You're going to be thinking.
Dude, I love it. Like that's what I love doing with my time is like the imponderables, like we talked about like several months ago.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
The imponderables are coming up in my mind, dude. I just love thinking about stuff that we can't know the answer to. I love it, dude.
We just put into space the James Webb Telescope. Have you been following
that? Oh, yeah, I'm pumped about that.
The telescope is a million miles away. I mean, the Hubble is, not that far away from the Earth, and it's taken some amazing things. The Webb is a million miles away, pointed towards the cosmos, and oh my God, I cannot wait.
Man, I know, because I know, like once the pictures start coming back and like get fine tuned and stuff, dude. I love that stuff. I was actually just reading an article about it where you don't hear about this because like most of it's like PR driven or whatever. But like I read this article where like one of the scientists that like was made it or like is on the team goes like, yeah, like at some point it's gonna get pelted with fucking space debris and go out of. And I'm like. And they're like, and it could be soon, it could be not soon, like we don't know. And I'm like, that's funny, like that someone just like came out. Like I appreciate those people who just like say like real stuff like that.
Right on, man. Right on. All right, hey, I'm gonna cut you loose. Tell Blue I said hi. Tell Not Black Emilio I said hi. And if anybody ever needs a dumpster, you must reach out if you are in West Michigan. Kyle at Dumpster Divers. I don't have the number. I don't have the number written down in front of me. What is the number again?
It's 616-375-9962. But I was going to say, guys, we got 2 weeks left of February. So I can only do sweet ass deals till like the end of February. Cause once March comes around, like we're in demand. So then like the deals are gone. We're just regular pricing. So if you want a deal, baby, give me a call.
So yeah, they can, that's perfect because I wasn't even aware of that. I didn't realize that you could actually get it for an even lower cost. During the lower demand period. That's terrific.
Yeah, like even when I dropped you off that one, Eric Zane, because you're Eric Zane. Any Eric Zane people, I give them a little dealio.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
Sure.
Well, all right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, see you guys. Rock and roll, dude.
Have a good weekend.
You too, guys.
Yes, sir. There you go. Kyle from Dumpster Divers. So cool. Great dude. Love him. Fantastic. Okay. Daisy coming in the middle of that, leaving my door open. How you doing there? Wonder how Pooh Bear is doing. I should probably bring Pooh Bear in here real quick. Before I do that, Pooh Bear is brought to you by Baldwin Ace Hardware. Mike Gilmurray from Baldwin Ace Hardware is currently in Vegas. He's a poker player. I'm not kidding you. He's actually a professional poker player. He's at some event, and he has like one of those things that go around your neck to get you into the event. It's a plastic lanyard, and you can put any name you want on it. And he wrote first name Herb, last name Everstinks. And I'm like, that is a classic PA prank name. Some of you are like, I don't get that. What? Huh? I don't get it. I do cameos, and I would love you to sign up for one. If you have a person special to you in your life who you'd like me to roast or be sweet to, I can be sweet. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. His thing, Eric Zane. Eric Zane, here's the dealio. Girls like the dimpies. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. It's only going to set you back $15.99. I'm dirt cheap, and I will not let you down. I can even do it live on this podcast. I'll hold up the phone. I'll do it live if you want. For adults, for kids, people who don't know me, people who love me, people who hate me. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tag Accounting. The show accountant. Troy Ginzer, Tag Accounting, is a certified public accountant. The absolute best. Will get you the most money possible back on your return. Saves you the time, the effort, the stress, the anxiety of doing your taxes on your own. Take them or have them done by a show sponsor, not just some stranger who's in the strip mall. Okay? And then, you're good to go. All you have to do, is submit all of your documents that you have that get sent to you to Troy via his online portal. Very simple process. And then he's going to let you know the day and time that he's doing your taxes. Keep your phone by you in case he has a question. Then your taxes are done. Money shows up in your account. Your return is sent to you, and you are good to go. Now you have a guy. You're a tax guy. Troy Ginzer. Reach out to Tag Accounting. 616-301-9516. Chances are Barb or PJ will pick it up. Barb is the boss in the office, and she takes care of all this legwork to help out our savant, the tax hobbit. (616-301-9516). The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage reminds you, if you are in need of a mortgage or someone you know is thinking about it, please drop the name. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. NMLS number 3035. Thank you so much, Mario. For being a longtime sponsor of this show. So whether it's your first mortgage, your 10th mortgage, refi, whatever it may be, call Mario. 231-332-6505. As usual, mention my name, please, as with all the sponsors. And when that happens, you're going to have his whole team working for you. There's only 4 states where this cannot happen. That is Maine, Alaska, Hawaii, and South Carolina. Other than that, have at it. No matter where you are, call upon Mario. And that doesn't mean, he's my guy. Just pick his brain, Go ahead and talk to whoever you want. I don't care. Talk to multiple people. But just include Mario in the talking to phase. Because truth be told, when it comes to something as big as a mortgage, you want to shop it around. I think more often than not, Mario wins, though. So thank you very much if you've reached out in the past. A&E Heating and Cooling. Joe Martinez. If you need any service done on your furnace or your air conditioning units, call upon Joe, 616-516-8579. 616-516-8579. installing the Comfort Maker brand of furnaces and air conditioners. Hello to my friends at Threads Podcast Life Unfiltered. Jason and Mike. Jason and Mike, they're kind of new in the game. They just had a personnel change on the show. Mike is the new guy in, and him and Jason are still doing amazing things. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to their website or anywhere that you download podcasts and check out their show. You know, of course, I always want you to listen to the Eric Zane Show podcast, but I also want you to check out the Threads podcast. Good group over there, and you will enjoy the show. You know, it's like super, I don't know, just something about Threads podcast that just screams that they're going to get in touch with their inner self. Look at that description. A space for authentic, transparent conversation. Now, if I decided to brand my show as a space for authentic, transparent conversation, you know, you would not tolerate that. You would beat the fuck out of me. But there is a place in the world for shows that aren't led by an asshole like me. Look at this. Threads Podcast, Life Unfiltered, space for honest, authentic conversation about things that matter. I'm not saying that's not funny. They just don't joke like a dick like me. Ultimately, our goal is to focus on the threads, get it, that tie humanity together, even in a world rife with political, religious, and social class division. That's not true. The 3 buckets, they say. We strive to create content that motivates our listeners to make positive changes in their lives. To do that, we have chosen to focus our conversations on 3 content buckets. They are faith, baby Jesus. Can you imagine if they didn't have any, or if Jason's there and he brings Mike in and Mike says, "Yes, I have faith. I love Satan." Oh no! Mental health is another one. And uncomfortable conversations. See Conversation About Faith. In each episode, we focus on one or more of these buckets. I'm all about the uncomfortable conversations. Like saying, what's her name again? Who was on the Super Bowl? The chick. Marge Simpson. Mary J. Blige. Look like shit. There, that's an uncomfortable conversation. Mary J. Blige looked like a bucket of hell. There you go. That's that. That's the 4th bucket. Mary J. Blige's ass. In each episode, we focus on one or more of these buckets. Sometimes we fill one bucket to the point of overflowing, and sometimes we pour a fraction into each bucket. It's all about the buckets. By the end of each episode, you can expect your horizons to be broadened, and you will find yourself thinking about at least one of 3 buckets. Holy shit, that's a lot of buckets. Signed, Mike Vandry and Jason Thierry, the hosts. There you go. That's the Threads podcast.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
You're at home.
Yeah.
There's is it called midwinter break? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I could use a little break.
Yeah. So, a couple things I want to run by you.
Okay.
Jason Meis, friend of the show, friend of the family, JM Synthetics, sponsor, the whole deal. He was busting my balls because of giving kids cars.
Okay.
I think he's like old school, like, yeah, you got to cut them off. Let them fend for themselves. So that's kind of like a criticism. He's criticizing the parenting of you and I.
Well.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Well, I guess he has a right to his opinion, but we do what we think is right. And being that we like to help our children, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah, I don't think there is too. I mean, now if Jim was doing nothing to help himself, like just sitting around playing video games, he had no job, living off the state, that'd be different. Are you Do you keep hitting the phone with like a pool stick or something?
No, why?
Because these loud clicks and cracks keep happening.
Oh. I think it was my ring hit it.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Can you, can you sit still?
No, I cannot.
Look, I just went pee and you were laying in the bed. You've managed to make more noise than you typically do.
I am laying in the bed.
I know. Hang on. I got to sneeze. Typically, when you make noise on the phone, you're, at the sink doing the dishes, but you're laying in bed and you're still making noise.
I don't know what happened.
All right. Well, anyway. So, yeah, he was busting my balls about that. And I was like, shut up.
Yeah. Tell him to
suck a dick. Tell him to suck a dick.
Yeah, suck a donkey dick or something.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you got to do, Meis. Jackass. Maybe if you weren't spending all your money on stupid four-wheelers or six-wheelers or fucking the stupid shit you drive around up north with your hillbilly friends. All right.
Yeah.
I also broke down today how I am on an unbelievable winning streak and have not lost Pooh Bear points in quite some time.
Yeah.
I think the last time I lost Pooh Bear points was when I left the stereo up loud in your car.
Right.
Okay. Several days in a row, I've added to the pile. Now, they can leave very quickly. In fact, it's harder to get Pooh Bear points and easier to lose them, frankly, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that Pooh Bear points can be lost quite easily, but they're hard to pick up. You got to work to pick them up.
I don't think that's true.
Well, I think that that's appropriate. I mean, you can't. My point is, it's easy to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a key moment yesterday where I could have lost Pooh Bear points. Do you happen to know what it is?
I don't remember.
It concerns your daughter, Jacquelyn.
Yeah, but how would you lose Pooh Bear points?
Well, she insulted you and said, when you said, yeah, Dad's driving my car or something like that, and then she said, yeah, that's Dad's car. If I had not said, no, this is your mother's car, I could have lost a Pooh Bear point.
You could have, yeah. She just likes to piss me off for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why she does that. And that's fucking bullshit, you know?
She's a shit stirrer is what she is.
She's a fucking shit stirrer. But you know what? That is me. I do that.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I think maybe by default I could lose a Pooh Bear point just because she is a chip off the old block. I live for what she did. I don't have the nerve to do it to you, but she's worse. The only terrible things the things I'll say most terrible are like people in the audience. I'll paint with a broad stroke. I'll attack, half of this audience believes that COVID is a hoax and they're all stupid. So there I go. That's what I'm talking about. I just did it right there. Half this audience loves Donald Trump. They're all stupid. There, I just did it again. So there's that. But she does it to you, which is, in my opinion, even worse.
Yeah, you don't piss off your mom.
No, you did your mother. Fucking A. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So is this the regular one or is this the Patreon you're doing right now?
I'm coming to the end of the free podcast.
Oh.
Why?
I was just wondering.
Yeah. Just did a couple hours here. Bing, bang, boom.
How are the roads? Do you know? Have you heard?
How are the roads?
Yeah. Because all that moisture and rain was supposed to freeze last night. Did it freeze? I
do not know. I haven't been out.
I didn't know if any of your listeners said anything.
No, they don't own cars.
Because I got to take my new car out, but I don't want to take it out if it's yucky out.
No. Just don't. I'll drive you wherever you want to go.
No, you just want to drive my car.
No, I'll drive you in my truck.
I'll take my car. It's fine.
Jason Schaefer says the back roads were icy as shit at 7 this morning in northern Kent County. Kyle says in the city, the roads were fine.
Kyle who?
Kyle Ryan.
I don't know him.
I think you do. You've met him
Hmm.
at Bosco's. I think. Were you with me at the last Bosco's visit?
No.
Have you been to any of them?
Yeah.
Pretty sure you met him. I don't know. You'll see him again. Melissa says she drove from Lowell to East Lansing. They were fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know Kyle Ryan. He's like way buff and way gay. He's buff and gay at the same time. He's bae. He's very, very bae. Buff, gay guy, bae. He's married to a gentleman.
Oh, I think I have met him then.
Yeah. We have lots of gay friends, don't we?
I do. They're the best.
They are the best.
Friends to have.
I'm sorry?
They're the best kind of friends to have. I love them.
Well, I love all my friends are equal. We have a lot of great friends. So we're planning this party in July here at the house, and we're going to have lots of gays there.
Is Cutie Pie coming again?
Who's Cutie Pie?
You know who Cutie Pie is.
Jason Meis?
No.
Crank?
Crank.
Who, Dean?
No.
Oh, yeah. Who?
Kuipers.
Oh, Kevin Kuipers. Of course. He's such a doll. He's such a cutie patootie. Holy shit. He is a cutie patootie. He's just a lovable little patootie.
He's just a cutie patootie. He looks like he's 10.
Yeah, I know it. He's adorable. I just want to hug that little fucker. Cutie patootie is a perfect name for him.
That's his new name, Cutie Patootie.
Cutie patootie. He's just a little. How's he? Is he? I think he's single. How the fuck is this guy single, being such a cutie patootie?
I know, and not only is he a cutie patootie, but he's super nice. So
I know it, and he works hard. He works hard and drinks harder. All right, yeah. So the gays will be there because we got gay power couple 1, Rico and Jeremy, and then I've never met Kyle's husband.
You haven't?
No. So we gotta, and then I don't know who else in the audience is gay.
Maybe Jamie and Tony can come visit.
From Tennessee? Well, then they would just be coming because there's got to be gays at our house, and that seems weird.
No, they would come to see us. But
no, because then I'd introduce and say, hey, look, there's lots of gays here, and that would be weird, you know?
Yeah, they'll probably be here in November for Jackie's wedding anyway. So.
Oh, my God, I can't believe that. Jackie's wedding. That's insane.
I know.
Wedding. I remember when she was 1 year old, walking in front of that house in Midland, swinging her arm like an asshole with no shirt on and a diaper on.
And 25 years later, guess what?
She still swings the arm.
And she's still an asshole.
She's still an asshole. I remember when she was born, like in the operating room, when they put her on the warming table to like measure her length and go over the APGAR score and stuff like that. And I remember the look on her face. You know, a lot of times kids are like struggling. The eyes don't work and they're just, but she had a look like I'm making right now on the screen where I'm squinting my eyes, looking pissed. And I remember.
Somebody?
Huh?
Like she wanted to punch somebody?
Yeah, I remember the moment when I looked at her laying there and I went, boy, you look like you're a fucking asshole. You look like you're pissed. And she wasn't crying. That's one thing I never forget. All our kids say they cried, and she didn't cry. She's laying there, just looking at me like, you're fucked. You are dead. You are dead meat. And then
you thought the first one was so easy.
Yes. I was lulled into complacency because Jim was way chill. So then I expected nothing but the same when Jacquelyn was born. And so she's laying there. I'm like, well, why does that kid look at me like she's going to fucking kick my ass? And then, it's for 26 years now. It's been, what the fuck is this? What is going on here? What are you doing?
She's going to be 25, not 26. Are you asking me what I'm doing?
No. I was just asking her. I was quoting myself. You know?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, that's going to do it.
Huh?
I said that's going to do it.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
You got any big plans for the rest of your big day off here? You got today off, you got tomorrow off, and Monday off? Holy shit.
Well, I think I work at the Y today, later.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, I think I'm going to go see the grandkids. And then we're going to Saugatuck in the evening, remember?
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah. And then that's it.
All right.
Okay, so what was it, Jason Meis? Is that who it was?
Yeah, Jason Meis has judged us.
Okay, tell him.
Yeah, he does not like us giving away cars and helping our children. His words.
Tell him he's a cockhead, and that'll be it.
Fair enough. Jason Meis, according to the Queen of the Forest, is a cockhead. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, see you. Bye.
All right.
Cut her off. I'm getting some requests because so then after Jackie was born, 5 years later, Diana's pregnant again, and then that ultrasound. And I at this point, I've been reduced to rubble. Okay. I'm like, holy fuck, we're going to find out the gender. Holy shit. Come on. Boy, no girl. Boy, no girl. And then she's got that wand on Diana's belly, and that jelly is all there, and she's like, it's making that noise. Oh, it's a little girl. I don't fucking shit. Fuck. Oh. I actually, you know how sometimes the person using the wand witnesses a weird reaction, like, oh. So they're almost like, boy, that person may not have wanted a daughter. There was no doubt. I actually went, oh no. And I had my head in my hand, like, fucking shit. Fuck. Oh, God. And Diana's just laughing. But Madison, not the same as Jacquelyn. Madison's it doesn't have the asshole gene that I gave Jacquelyn. She has the freak out gene.
Hello? Yeah, hi, Maddie. What's up? You sound like you're upset. Okay, I was able to gather out of that something about your mother is upset because your DS case is missing and you can't find it anymore. Huh. So I'm guessing that it'll probably turn up, over time. It probably just can't find it right now because you're rushing looking for it. Do you think it's gone forever? And I don't think so, baby. We'll find it. I promise you. Me too. I want to find it too, but it might take a little looking. Okay, well, it sounds like you're having a rough start to your day. I'm sorry. Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
All right.
But talk to Mommy.
Sure, it'll be okay.
But talk to Mommy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, can you put Mommy on?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. We recorded that. It's awesome.
Oh, yay.
Request for Where's Dad? I gotta go. I don't know. I don't have that. Maybe one day it'll pop up somewhere on a replay or who God knows. Then I'll pull it, but I don't have that. I wish I did. Did you ditch the car? No. Where's the car? In a ditch. What?
No. 6 years ago. That gets it.
APB on Pellerito finding, Dad, I gotta go. That whole segment. And I need that clip I just played with Jacquelyn saying, Dad, hit her. She's loud. That would make your old pal Eric Zane very happy. Sorry. Audio got wonky there again. A bit of a weird audio day today. My apologies. All right. I'll wrap this show up. I've had it. Let me help your business. I would love it if you did. If you have a business, I want you to consider the Eric Zane Show podcast for me getting your message out. Okay? Just send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and I will tell you how it works. It's that simple. Thank you to Full House Comedy for being part of the show. If you want to go see a comedy show, there's venues all over West Michigan. Go to fullhousecomedy.com to find the one closest to you. Shows each and every weekend. Usually they start now, in a lot of cases, on Wednesday. So you got comedy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday. Son of a bitch. Fullhousecomedy.com. Mentioned Irvine's earlier in the show. 616-532-6600. They're going to be doing some work on the Eric Zane Show 2007 Honda Accord. Put that car. That's an old car. Okay? That's an old-ass car that Madison's going to drive. And I'm not comfortable with it being in the shape that it is with her driving it. So I'm like, here you go. Take care of this car. I want this car in tip-top shape. And then they go to work. And then I pay for it. And then Jason Meis says, fuck that. She should be working herself. She should have to pay for that. Don't give her a safe car. I'm a stupid old Zaniac, redneck, Trump-loving, diesel truck driving, fucking shithead dad who says kids suck dick and they don't need help. I could be helping my kids, but I'm buying paintball guns and four-wheelers. The fuck? Get a car from Sarah Honda Granville. That's where we get our cars. Whether you're looking for a brand new vehicle or whether you're looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle. New cars are there. You can get a new car. I mean, fuck. I called on Monday and I said, how many hybrids do you have? I said 3. No, make it 2. We just sold one. And I said, what are they? He told me. I go, well, I know I'm going to want this car. So I'm coming to get the fucking car. Okay, that's it. Now, you probably shouldn't talk like that, but I know these people. You can get a new car at Sarah Honda Granville. You know, there's that whole thing about, oh my God, none of the cars are working. That's bullshit. You can get a new car. If you're shopping, please check out sarahhondagranville.com. I will say this, that the inventory is always changing based on certified pre-owned coming and going, new cars being sold, new cars being brought in. So, in fact, I went to look for a hybrid at sarahhondagranville.com, and the website said none available. So then I called. I said, what do you got for hybrids? We got this Accord. That's the one. Okay. My point is, if you're in the market for a car, please consider shopping at Sarah Honda Granville, the largest Honda volume dealer in all of Michigan. That is a fact. They're number one. If you are in West Michigan, they are along Kennewa, next to Cracker Barrel, in Granville, Michigan, right by 44th Street. SERRA, SarahHondaGranville.com. Please mention my name, Eric Zane, when shopping. In fact, be on the lookout for two people. Ask for Cameron or Thad. 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 Like fad with a TH. Like dad with a TH. Because that's who I need. Or go over to see Mr. Cliff, the general manager of the facility. Rick Clift, Clift. Say, Mr. Clift, I heard about your dealership on the Eric Zane Show podcast. He's awesome. We love him. Hell, even if you don't even want to buy a car, just go in to Rick's office and say, Mr. Clift, hey, I'm shopping here because of Eric Zane, and then get some popcorn and leave. You can do that too. I don't care. I'm just kidding. I don't want you to do that. All right. It's time for the asshole of the day. Sarah says, it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Tell Diana, be careful driving. Well, that's not possible. The lady telling another lady to be careful driving. The key word there is careful. And we've already covered this. If you do not have a penis, you are not careful. You are a bad driver, and that is the end of it. There is no way you can ever talk me out of this. You're not going to like it. It's going to upset you. You're going to say that that's gender shaming or whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's true. Deal with it. Your problem. I'm not the one smashing into shit. I am an excellent driver, and all women suck at driving. There, I said it again. Kenny says, doubling down on the female driver hate for the second day in a row. No, you're the worst. But I love you. You deserve our respect and love. And when you crack up our cars and destroy everything, we will get them repaired for you and send you on your way. Hashtag car dolly. Yeah, that's not driving, dingbat. That's putting a car on a car dolly. There, what do you think of that? Huh? Smart ass. I had a little time yesterday to check out the Boomer Bunker with Boomer Bob and John Gismingo. They were playing like political TikTok videos. What they do on that show, on the Boomer Bunker, it was live yesterday on Twitch, and I checked it out. They sit there and they play brainwashed Twitch videos or TikTok videos from like-minded R-words about politics and Ukraine and COVID and shit. And and then they like say the same thing that whatever idiot is on there talking about. And then they sit there and like bash anybody who doesn't agree with them, which I would never do that. I mean, my God, you guys know me. Anyway, I got a kick out of it and I loved it. They're 100% wrong about everything they say. I have never seen a less informed show in my entire life, and it's great. Oh, my God. I watched it. I commented on it, and Nick was there, and Kate was there, and Nick now is saying, I told you last night that I was there for the content. Not for the content. I was there for their content, not to talk about it on this show. I had no intention of talking about it on this show, but it's so absurd that I had to. Holy shit. No, I went into that to just be entertained. And I was, because, watching someone who's stupid is very entertaining. You get great joy out of watching stupid people. And these are dumb people. Okay? Without a doubt. But I was just watching to be entertained. And my God, was I. Holy shit. So on Twitch, search the Boomer Bunker and then follow those idiots' page. And then the next time these two twits go live, you can, oh God, I hope you're not driving, because you'll just drive off the road with how stupid it is. The Boomer Bunker. Go check out the Boomer Bunker podcast. It's also available wherever you download podcasts. Asshole of the day. My daughter Jackie has to be the asshole of the day for what she did to her mother. It's not your car, it's Dad's. TC Paintball JM Synthetics. I understand the word on the street is that I was requested during this show for a live cameo. What? Just like that? I want you to roast Kyle. Okay, this is from Patriot Nick. He says, I want you to roast Kyle as Kyle. Hey, Kyle Taylor. This is Kyle Taylor. So, look, here's the deal, Kyle. You're a fucking asshole, okay? Because, all that bullshit about COVID that you spew about how, you're sitting there saying that shot doesn't do anything. It's all bullshit, dude. I mean, the shoddy will get rid of the COVIDs, the coves, if you will. Gonna get rid of that. So, I think that's bullshit. So, at the end of the day, Kyle Taylor, there's really no excuse for you not to get the shoddy. And, so anyway, let me tell you a plot of a movie. I saw this movie. It's, I told you to see this movie called Wizard of Oz. And here's the deal, Kyle Taylor. Dorothy, she's kind of like a crazy bitch. And, she had this fucking fucked up dream. And, but it wasn't a dream, but it was a dream. We don't know. I mean, next thing you know, she's waking up. And Scarecrow, Tin Man, outside of the window. Mom's there. Mrs. Gooch, crazy witch on a fucking bike. Hate that bitch. But so, yeah, that's a dream. And then, but it's not a dream. It's like a tornado actually lifted her fucking house, dropped it on this crazy bitch witch, who's the sister of the other green witch. Good witch comes. And then long story short, so there's all these little midgets and shit. And then one of the midgets hung himself. And then fucking Tin Man, Kyle Taylor, he's there. And Scarecrow. And then witch tries to set the Scarecrow on fire. They see the guy. And so long story short, Kyle. Anyway, if you need a dumpy, you can call me, yo. And so, yeah. So then they send her back and she wakes up and, I don't know. I thought it was a great movie. So spoiler alert on that. So yeah. Anyway, I got some big plans this weekend. I got to do something for Blue, and then I'm going to look at stuff on my Facebook feed about quantum physics, because I'm actually really smart, even though I sound like a fucking dumb shit. And so, because, I don't want to say all this COVID shit about COVID facts that I don't want to see that 9 out of 10 deaths are prevented because of the COVID shoddy. So, I'm just going to read quantum physics, and then, so I'll talk to you when I talk to you. So, okay, Kyle out. So here's Eric Zane. I'll talk to you on Patreon. If you want more podcasting, I do a Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Go to there and sign up. Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Have a good one. I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.